Did you prepare for NIS2 Directive implementation into your organization? European Commission since October this year will force for some sectors in the European Union enterprise and large organizations requirements, policies and guidelines about cybersecurity. One of the elements that you should take into consideration is also backup of your data. In this video I will tell you a little about why we're talking about NIS, just few words. Then, do you need any third-party solution or maybe Microsoft implement backup functionality into your system? And also how AFI.AI could help you to address that need in the area of the cybersecurity, safety of your data and NIS2 Directive. If you will like this video, I want to recommend you to left your thumbs up, subscription, or if you will have any questions, use the comment section to share your thoughts. Now, let's talk about NIS2 Directive and how it will impact our organizations. And before we will move forward, I want to share with you that this video is brought to you thanks to the AFI.AI backup vendor that is proud partner of my blog office365@work.com and supports this series of the videos that will help to share the knowledge about the backup process of the data in the Microsoft 365 that works for enterprise. So why at all I'm mentioning NIS2 Directive if we're talking about Microsoft 365? Because this is the setup of rules, guidance about cybersecurity and how you should implement that into your organization. And if you are a large or enterprise organization and you are in a part of the European Union, you will need to follow that guidance. Moreover, there are sectors that are forced to also think about NIS2 directives instead of the size. In the description you will find detailed links that will navigate you to the documentation provided by the European Commission, but also by Ernst & Young, and on the screen you can also see number of the sectors that are touched and impacted by new directive. So we're talking about transport, banking, financial markets, drinking water, digital infrastructure, energy, health sector, but also postal, manufacture, wastewater and waste management, public administration, space, research, digital services, food services, providers of the public electronic, manufacturers, digital service providers. So you can see this is very wide area of the possible companies that will need to follow NIS2 Directive. And again, you should take into consideration that a lot of NIS2 is also best practices that you should think about implementation of them into your organization without any impact from the outside. The deadline to start the implementation is 18th of October 2024, so there's no that much time also to think about it. And why we talking about backup and Microsoft 365? One of the elements that you should take into consideration is the possibility to implement backup and restore procedure. And you need to remember that Microsoft by design implement the retention policy that allows you to restore the data from the rubbish bin, recycle bin into SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, or maybe Outlook and restore the data that was deleted. Of course, all of that is time limited, and moreover, there are backup solutions provided by Microsoft for their infrastructure in Azure to restore your data in case of disaster and recovery, but you need to remember this is not on-demand service. This is the functionality used by admins in Microsoft in case of the disaster scenario. It means that if you're thinking about backup and restore procedure, disaster and recovery procedure for your data in Microsoft 365, you will need to extend capabilities of Microsoft 365, which are provided by design for the professional backup solution. You can use Microsoft 365 backup that is available on the market. You will find another video, link in the description, that will navigate you to the details of this service. But today I want to recommend you to try AFI.AI, which is the solution that allows you to back up your data very flexible way with the reliable solution and with the high performance. On this channel you already can find multiple videos that shows how this solution works in the area of the Microsoft 365 services, but today I want to highlight 3 points that are quite important in the area of having backup for Microsoft 365. When you're thinking about backup of your data in the Microsoft 365 from the perspective of AFI.AI, you need to remember about few elements that could really help out to achieve high-level security standards. First of all, in one of the previous videos I mentioning that this service recognize possible ransomware attack and help you to restore that data in such a case. Moreover, when you're thinking about storing the data, you can prepare multiple policies that will back up and store the data based on your preferences, based on any type of legal requirements that will be required for you. Moreover, one of the elements that is highly required, you can bring your own keys for the encryption of the data. You can encrypt your backup using default encryption key provided by AFI.AI, but this is also possible to use external services provided by Google, AWS or Azure to encrypt your data using your personal encryption key. Another element that is also quite important when you integrating AFI.AI with Microsoft 365, there are single sign-on services, same thing happening for the Google. If you're using Google Workspace, you can also integrate it with the new data source. So using your AFI.AI backup solution for any other Google Workspace digital solutions where you're storing data, Kubernetes applications, and if you will use external single sign-on provider, you can also integrate AFI.AI with Okta, which is very popular solution, especially if you have multiple platforms like Microsoft 365, Google Workspace or anything else. And the last but not least point I want to highlight, AFI.AI execute secure code review last year to guarantee that it implements the highest standards in the area of the security, SOC and cybersecurity of your data. I highly recommend you to review that report before you will move forward and be sure that this platform will secure your data from the perspective of the backup in the Microsoft 365. And what is very important for me, you don't have to buy anything right now. I recommend you check the description, you will find the link how to get free trial of this solution for 4 weeks. Check it out, review the reports, review the quality of the solution on your environment, backup it, encrypt the data, integrate Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, or any other platform that is supported, and verify if this is really a reliable partner for you. You don't have to trust just my opinion, you can test it for free on your environment. And why I highlighting these NIS2 requirements in the area of the backup? Because there could be penalties followed up if you will not follow the guidance. And cybersecurity is super wide area. Guidance provided by NIS2 Directive are also very wide, and having reliable backup solution that you can implement very quickly in your environment could really speed up that process. Check the backup solution, verify these capabilities, and if AFI.AI will work for you, maybe this will be a solution that will help you to figure it out. In the description of the video, you will also find the links to another documentation and Ernst & Young recommendation about NIS2 and other videos on the channel that could help you to also verify Microsoft 365 backup and how the retention of the data versus AFI backup works for specific applications in the area of the Microsoft 365. Prepare yourself, there are still some time ahead of execution of this directive for European Union. Be aware. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.